Have you ever noticed her go completely quiet after a deeply intimate moment with you and wondered, with everything inside you, what she was actually thinking? Not the silence of distance, not the silence of something wrong, but that soft, still, almost sacred silence where she's somewhere inside herself, and you're not quite sure if you're still with her. That silence is not empty. It is full of something about you. And what she concludes in those quiet minutes will shape how she feels about you for weeks. Welcome back. If you've ever sat beside a woman in that kind of stillness, maybe after a conversation that felt like it touched something real, or after a moment of genuine closeness, and you felt a little lost, a little uncertain about what was happening behind her eyes, then what you're about to discover was written for you. What you'll learn today has changed everything for the men who truly understood it. We're going to go deep into her mind, into the psychology of that quiet, and when we're done, you'll never read her silence the wrong way again. Please stay until the very end, because the most important thing I'm going to share comes last. So let's step gently into that silence together and find out exactly what lives inside it. Insight number 1, she is replaying you, frame by frame. Picture this. The two of you have just shared something real, a long dinner conversation that somehow turned confessional, or an evening where the walls between you quietly came down. And now she's lying beside you or sitting across from you, staring softly at nothing. You might wonder if you said something wrong. You didn't. What she's actually doing is replaying you. Every word, every look, every small gesture you made without even realizing it. Women process emotional experience differently than men. Where a man might feel a moment and move through it, a woman tends to hold it, to turn it over slowly, like something precious she wants to understand completely. Her mind is running a kind of internal review. Was he present? Did his eyes stay soft? Did he make me feel safe, or did something feel slightly off? She's not judging you harshly. She's trying to understand what she felt and why she felt it so strongly. Pause for a moment and think about this. She goes quiet because the moment mattered too much to let go of casually. Your takeaway: her silence. See, after closeness is almost always a sign that you moved her. The question is only in which direction. Insight number 2, she is deciding whether you are safe. This one is so important, and so few men ever realize it. In that quiet, she is answering a question she may not even know she's asking herself consciously. The question is he someone I can be fully myself with? Safety, emotional safety, is the single most powerful thing a woman seeks from a man she's drawn to. Not safety in the physical sense alone, but the deeper kind, the kind that says, I can be soft here. I can be real here. He won't use my vulnerability against me. Every woman has a history. She has opened herself before and perhaps felt foolish for it. She has trusted before and perhaps had that trust quietly broken. So in that silence, some part of her is measuring the emotional temperature of what just happened between you. Did he listen, or did he just wait to speak? Did he make this about connection or about himself? Did he hold the moment gently? Let that sink in. The man who understands this doesn't rush her out of the silence. He stays steady inside it. He makes the silence itself feel safe. Take a look. How you behave in the quiet after closeness tells her everything about who you really are. Insight number 3, she is feeling the distance between who you are and who she hoped you'd be now. This one requires honesty because it cuts both ways. Sometimes in that silence, she's feeling a kind of tender ache, not disappointment exactly, more like the bittersweet recognition that you are becoming someone significant to her. That gap between who she thought you were before she knew you and who she is beginning to discover. You actually are. That space is emotional territory she has to quietly walk through on her own. She might be realizing she likes you more than she planned to. She might be feeling the quiet alarm of someone who didn't expect to feel this much. Women don't fall in love loudly. They fall in love in moments exactly like this one, in the quiet, after something real, when their heart catches up to what just happened. Pause here and really let that land. She goes quiet sometimes because she is adjusting to a feeling that is bigger than she was ready for. Your takeaway: if she goes still and soft after a meaningful moment with you, there is a real possibility that at what she's sitting inside is the beginning of something she doesn't quite have words for yet. Insight number 4, she is listening to her body's response to you. Women are extraordinarily attuned to physical and emotional sensation in ways that often surprise men. In that silence, she is not just thinking, she is feeling. She's noticing how relaxed her shoulders are, whether her breathing slowed down when you were near, whether being close to you made her feel expanded or somehow smaller. The body for a woman is a compass, and she trusts it deeply. If she felt warmth and ease in your presence, if something in her physically settled when she was with you, her silence is her body's way of savoring that. She's letting the feeling finish its sentence. On the other hand, if something in the interaction made her feel guarded or unseen, her silence may be the quiet retreat of a woman choosing herself. You can feel the difference if you pay attention. Your takeaway. A woman's body tells her things her mind hasn't caught up with yet, and in that silence, she's listening to every word. Insight number 5, she is quietly deciding her next move. Here is something deeply true about the female mind. Women are not passive in love. They are strategic in the most beautifully intuitive way. In that quiet after closeness, she is making decisions, not cold calculating ones, but the kind that flow from feeling. Should I let myself go deeper with him? Should I pull back a little and see how he responds? Is this the kind of man who will still be curious about me tomorrow, or will the warmth fade now that the moment has passed? She's reading the emotional contract between you, and she's deciding, quietly and privately, what she wants to do with what she feels. This is why what you do after the moment matters just as much as the moment itself. The man who reaches for her in the silence, not to interrupt it, but just to let her know he's still there, that man passes a test most men don't even know they're taking. Your takeaway. The silence is not the end of the moment. It is the most revealing part of it. Show up in it, and she'll remember you forever. Insight number 6. She is wondering if you noticed her, and finally the one that breaks open the heart of all of this. In that silence, somewhere beneath everything else, she is asking a question so quietly she mig. He thinks not even say it to herself. Did he really see me? Not just look at her, not just enjoy her presence, but truly, genuinely see her, the real her, the one underneath the surface. Women spend so much of their lives being perceived, but being truly seen, that is rare. That is what she is always hoping for. And in that silence, after something intimate, part of her is wondering if tonight was different. If you were different, your takeaway, the greatest gift you will ever give her is not a grand gesture. It is the quiet, steady, consistent act of actually seeing who she is. Here is what I want you to hold close after this video ends. She goes quiet not because she's pulling away from you. She goes quiet because she's pulling toward something, toward the truth of what she feels, toward the question of whether you are someone worth feeling this much for. That silence is one of the most intimate things she can offer you, because it means she brought you close enough to feel. If you can learn to sit beside her in that stillness without fear, without pressure, without needing to fill it, you will become the kind of man she never stops thinking about. The silence after closure. SS is not a mystery to fear. It is a window into something extraordinary happening inside her, and now you have the key to read it. She is replaying you, she is trusting you, she is feeling you, and she is quietly deciding if you are worth the softness she doesn't give to everyone. Honor that. Show up in the quiet. Stay steady when she goes still. If this gave you something real today, something that shifted how you see her, leave a comment below and tell me which insight hit closest to home. Like this video and subscribe, because there's so much more of her world left to explore together. And remember this: the man who understands her silence will never have to wonder if he has her heart.